At that time, two of the statistics that Trissential was really founded on was 53% of IT projects went 100% over budget or more, and 82% of project rework cost was directly related to requirements. So if you combine those stats, over half the time you double your spend, and over 80% of the time you didn't even get what you wanted. And so I always wondered while we were out there in the field, why doesn't something exist that's really a third alternative? A third alternative from the staffing firms on one end and the big SIs on the other end. Why doesn't a company exist in the middle that can take a company from strategy through execution? Shopped that idea with a couple of really smart people that I had worked with and said, if a company existed like this, what would you think? And they emphatically said, we'd join. And you start thinking about that experience of, okay, if we could bring that value prop to a company and fix those problems and really help that organization advance, what a great career that would be. And so that was really the vision behind Trissential, is being that third alternative, and then really creating a life experience that was different for the employees that worked at Trissential and people who had the same belief system and wanted the same life experience of going in and helping an organization get better and really teaching them to fish. And the value prop of, we're going to leave you better than where we found you, kind of a do manage mentor situation. And then when we're done, we're all going to high five and hug and say, mission accomplished. The idea of the shape of business improvement, that's a play on the essential business model, and Trissential, the message of strategy, management, execution, tying that all together, that we want the organization to improve, and it ties into our business model. We thought that was pretty catchy and very realistic with what we wanted to accomplish for an organization. When you really thought about the excitement of, let's start this company, we believe in our mission statement to have a positive impact on the life of anyone who interacts with Trissential. We believed in our value prop. We believed in the people that we had talked to that wanted to come work with us. So we really believed and had a lot of excitement around that. But the hardest thing is when you take a new message to complete strangers with a name that no one has ever heard of, and you say, this is a value prop, trust us. And thankfully, in month 9, we signed our first client. In our 10th month, we signed our second client, and our third one came shortly after that. I've thought about that often, about the Super Bowls that Trissential has won, and just knowing we were going to make it was one. Obviously, when we sold the company, having an organization find us from Germany and say, we want you to be our launch point into the US, and we want to take your intellectual property to 30 countries around the world. And then we had 2 companies brought in by the parent company and merged into us in 2018, 2019. And we brought those organizations in, and I was proud of how we did that. We had the mission the first year of win their hearts and minds, all about getting those people into the Trissential life experience and show them the culture and make them want to be a part of this team. We did that for a year before we even thought about systems integration and technology. There's lots of moments when you think back over the years of what we've all accomplished. It's very humbling. And that doesn't even talk about the things with the clients, how many client engagements we've done and how many happy clients we've had over the years. And that's just the most rewarding part of everything, is, again, the people side of our game, where it's all people, right? Our people go out and work with other people. And when you get the people game right, it's very fulfilling. And that's our game. When you think about when we were approached about partnering, and then that turned into our sale to SQS at the time, and them wanting to take this message that we had developed over 10, 15 years to 30 countries, getting to go, really educate the world on how we do the management consulting game the Trissential way, and all of those relationships. We will be on a never-ending improvement game. And I think as technology gets bigger and harder, what we do is needed even more, and people being very self-aware and very heavy into the EQ side of the house as much as we are into the IQ side of the house. It's just imperative, because people get things done. Yes, these machines are smarter and getting faster and better every day, but people drive that. I've learned a lot over the years on a lot of topics, but I think at the end of the day, that's the most important, is people get this done. Teams come together, groups come together, cultures come together. There's subcultures within the cultures. And if you can be a student of that game and navigate through that, you have a much better chance of success.